Introduction to the lesson. Most surveying field distance measurements are accomplished by using either electronic distance measurements or taping using a steel or fiberglass tape. In this activity, taping is involved. Yet what exactly is the method of taping? Taping is the linear measurement of the horizontal distance between 2 points using a surveyor's tape. Observation of horizontal distances by taping consists of applying the known length of a graduated tape directly to line a number of times. In taping on an uneven or sloping ground, it is standard practice to hold the tape horizontally and use a plumb bob at one or both ends. This requires the measurement of shorter distances, which are measured and accumulated to a total of full tape length. This procedure is called as breaking tape. Taping downhill is said to be more preferable than measuring uphill, as the rear point is held steady on a fixed surface while the other end is plumbed. Unlike taping uphill, one end is wavering somewhat, making it difficult to sustain a position. The objectives of the activity include the following: to determine the horizontal length of a line over uneven and sloping ground by the method of breaking tape, to use both downhill and uphill taping, to measure the unknown distance from set points A and B and compute for its mean. Execute a total of 2 trials to determine any precision errors. Overview of the activity. Activity number 3 is set out to lay a different method of taping, since the surveyors are on a slope and uneven surface. The activity allows us to experience both directions of taping, beginning with downhill measurement for trial 1 and uphill measurement for trial 2. The surveyors are only given the simplest of instruments required, leading the measurement to be done manually. At the end of the activity, we can be able to observe the differences in results when conducting both uphill and downhill measurements.
These are the instruments that you will need. 2 range poles, a surveying instrument used for marking the position of stations and for sightings of those stations, as well as for ranging straight lines. Steel tape, also known as surveying tapes. It is used in surveying to measure horizontal, vertical, and slope distances. A spirit level, or bubble level, or simply a level, is an instrument designed to indicate whether a surface is horizontal or vertical. It is used to establish a horizontal lane and consists of glass tube with liquid and bubble inside. A plumb bob, or plummet, is a weight, usually with a pointed tip on the bottom, suspended from a string and used as a vertical reference line or plumb line. It is a precursor to the spirit level and used to establish a vertical or horizontal datum. It is used in taping for the surveyor to know where to hold the steel tape horizontally, then measuring an uneven surface.
On the slope surface, set 2 endpoints, A and B, be measured, and mark it using the range poles, wherein point A is placed at the upper portion of the slope, while point B is at the bottom part of the slope. The rear tape man will first pin down the 30 meters at the starting point A, while the head tape man moves the tape towards point B. The breaking of the tape method will be used, wherein the head tape man will pull the tape to raise it at the same level as the starting point. To ensure that the tape is raised, a level bar is placed on top. When the tape is straightly secured, the plumb bob is used to mark the measurement on the ground. The head tape man measures every 5 meters, then places a mark. The head tape man places the 5-meter breaking tape on the mark on the ground on the plumb bob. The rear tape man releases the tape on the starting point and pins down the tape held by the head tape man. Then, the head tape man measures another 5-meter breaking tape towards point B, using the same procedure, from the first mark on the ground marked by the plumb bob. Repeat the process until you reach point B. After reaching point B, subtract the remaining measurements of the tape to the 30 meters to compute for the true measurement of the tape. Then, add it to the first exhausted 30 meters to compute for the total horizontal measurement.
Moving on to trial 2, measuring uphill from 30 meters, slightly elevated from the ground. Then the plumb bob will be placed at the end of the tape, while the head tape man will pull the tape horizontally straight up to where the tape will hit the ground. The level bar is placed on top of the tape to ensure it is horizontally straight. The head tape man will pin down the tape while the rear tape man releases the tape at the starting point and pins down the tape held by the head tape man. The process is repeated until you reach point A. After reaching point A, subtract the remaining measurement of the tape to 30 meters to compute for the true measurement of the tape. Then add it to the first exhausted 30 meters to compute for the total horizontal measurement.
Surveying is fundamental, and it requires a span of patience and understanding, because a fraction of mistake and miscalculation can lead to substantial impact. The result that may be caused by several factors, such as the person who's using the instrument. Utilizing the instrument requires proper knowledge and skill to be able to approach a given situation with the right tools or alternative tools, since surveyors must be adaptive and malleable with any situation. Errors can exist, and mostly because of manual measuring, in which the surveyors use manual instrument to do a surveying. Common mistakes such as inaccurate angle for the instruments. That's why some surveyors use compass to at least lower the error percentage. Surveying is difficult for a job one, but as a group, it makes things a lot easier. In group, we should learn proper communication with each other to conform proper execution of each member's task, and be able to pinpoint errors during a survey before a result is to be concluded. Since the results are expected to be inaccurate by a small margin, re-execution of surveying is a must to justify the results taken. So, as surveyors, we must be attentive and meticulous, so during surveying, we could be optimal in the field.